finally, late in the day, King George II finally comes back on the TV to reassure us all is well, looking even more like a deer caught in the headlights than usual. I mean, have you noticed that no matter how they package him, he still gives off this vibe like he knows he doesn't belong where he is? My first exposure to him was when he gave his acceptance speech of the Republican convention in Philadelphia in summer of 2000. And there he was, looking like a rich college frat boy trying to get on the debate team, standing behind this podium that looked too big for him.
We're going to make America strong and America proud. I'll restore honesty and dignity to the White House.
And then he came right out and said on national television,
"Don't mess with Texas."
I hope that's not what this war is really about. But September 11th, we're hearing, where's George? Where's George? He's in Louisiana. No, no, no. We took him up to hide him in Nebraska from the big bad werewolf. And we were thinking, no, no, no. He's up in the Bush family palace in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Hey, Pop, you told me this job was going to be easy. What do I do now?
I can't believe some of the stuff that comes out of that guy's mouth, and he gets away with it. I mean, in the endless war that's supposed to go on and on like the ever-ready rabbit, look who we've put in charge. This is the guy who on the campaign trail called people from Greece Grecians, Kosovians, called Jimmy Carter a European-style socialist, and thought Friends was a movie and the Taliban were a rock band. Yeah, he was asked what his favorite book was that influenced him the most, and he refused to say. Finally, he realized people wouldn't take that for an answer, so he cited a children's book that he said influenced him a lot when he was a little kid. Turned out that book was published in '66 when he was already in college. Then he was asked how he thought things would go with Prime Minister Poutine in Canada. And he went on and on about what great friends they were. They'd known each other for years. They got along fabulously. The trouble is, that's not the name of the Prime Minister of Canada. It's Jean Chrétien. Poutine is a weird, creamy potato dish they serve in Eastern Canada, and Bush didn't know the difference. And he calls himself the education president, says he's going to fix our schools. And Laura, his wife, who has one hell of an evil pair of eyes, if you've ever looked at her carefully. She says that her do-good project for being First Lady is going to be literacy and education, maybe because of what snores on the other side of the bed. I don't know.
Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? I will have a foreign-handed foreign policy.
Here's what he knew about the Middle East.
It is clear our nation is reliant on big foreign oil. More and more of our imports come from overseas.
Oh, yes. I think this is an abortion quote. I'm not sure.
It is important for us to explain to our nation that life is important. It's not only life of babies, but life of children living in, the dark dungeons of the internet. Families is where our nation finds hope, where wings take dream.
Around the time that came out of his mouth, his spinmeisters realized people were starting to see that this guy was so dumb he made Dan Quayle look like Einstein. They're saying, no, 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 no. You're picking on the disabled when you make fun of that. The guy's dyslexic. Give him a break. And I mean no harm against anybody dyslexic. There's at least 2 in my extended family, and they've been through hell because of it. But should we have somebody who may see things in mirror image or backwards have his finger on all the buttons of weapons of mass destruction?
Hey, Dick. Hey, Condoleezza Rummy. Hey, come here. Look at all these buttons I found over here in the corner. Well, let's see what they do. Let's see what I push this one.
You just launched nuclear missiles at China, sir.
Oh, well, we have business over there, don't we? Now, let me see if I can bring them back. I'll push this button.
You just pushed the buttons so they can't be called back, sir.
Really? That's too bad. Let's go watch some baseball. Will the highways on the internet become more few? I know how hard it is for you to put food on your family.
I haven't had this much fun with creative mutilation of the English language. Not even since Japanese hardcore have I had this much fun. This goes all the way back to my sophomore year in high school, where I had this geometry teacher whose parents were from Norway, but he was from Minnesota. And he had the exact same accent as all the characters in the Fargo movie. And big baggy Charlie Chaplin pants and a flannel hunting shirt, often with a white shirt with a skinny tie underneath in the middle of the bell-bottom 70s, and a disproportionately small head with wavy widow's peak hair on top. Started out slow, seemed like just a boring math class initially, but then one day, now, we're talking about the angle CAB. Excuse me, B. Angle ADWI. Boy, am I having a time today. And then it grew and grew and grew. And luckily, me and a friend in an earlier class period had started writing down his quotes. And by the end of the year, the notebook was 1.5 inches thick. Things like, well, this is what happened one day to congruent triangles.
Now, we working with Klangagi Trubers. No, 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 no. Congruent triangulars, congruent triangles, congruent, drop, grab, where was there? Excuse me, Oh, yes, triangulars, no, tringlers. Oh, no, triurglars. Oh, I can't even try.
Failing grade became this one day.
We gab a bake. Our naberneth clonks, gap, cards. But all I got was a flailing grood. Oh, flabby grab, me bonk winkerbean, failing grunt. Grape, grade. Lassie, bottomless Negro.
And then the Freudian slips about food, sex, and Watergate began. Do fluorescent lights save energy?
Well, it depends a lot on the boobs, or blobs, or bulbs that you use.
Finally, one day, he comes out and asks the class,
Oberdiampus blabby dwerp.
Not one English word left in the entire sentence. Finally, in Oslo, about a year ago, I got to ask a group of people, okay, is this really Norwegian? No. Nor is asking the class, poofy snibble abby glob, Norwegian either.
Wimpy hamburglers, yep. Scoozy pimple, need eat less think breakfast. So flounder radius sphere, laxative, gorge porky nog, glurp, in me mob, no! Bush. I'm going to expand child care even to those who don't have children. It's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it.
This is our president, folks. He goes to Quebec City for the FTAA, that evil trade treaty meeting, and he says, no, there's not going to be a press conference today. Not in English, not in French, not in Mexican. After September 11th, he goes over to England and meets the child prodigy singing star Charlotte Church. And what does he say to her but,
So, what state is Wales in?
I said, it's a separate country next to England. And he went,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what to say.
What I am against is quotas. I am against hard quotas. Quotas, they basically delineate based upon whatever. However they delineate quotas, I think, vulcanize society. So I don't know how that fits into what everybody else is saying, their relative positions, but that's my position.
Somehow this guy got buttered and squirted through Yale. Maybe because he came from a good family with a nasty reputation. I don't know. Don't know how he made it through there, but they brought him back to Yale in 2001 to give the commencement address to the graduating class. And what advice does he have for them?
And to the C students, I say, you too can be President of the United States.